Hello, glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about 3 survival tips to help you when your business day crashes and you're like, oh my goodness, I got all this stuff to do. I need to get, and you start to get, kind of stressed and, maybe panicked or, anxiety, major anxiety and that kind of thing. So I want to talk about that today. So as you're hopping on, please let me know where you're coming in from. Please be interactive with me. You can ask whatever questions pertaining to this topic, as well as your opinions, your comments, what's happened to you if you want to share that. I have several stories, but I do have one story that I will tell you as we're going along. But when you think about, some of the things that you've been through in your business day, and and what helped you, that would also be cool to put on here. What helped you? Because what I'm going to share is what I learned and what helped me, and a lot of it had to do with the things that I learned from the mentors and the other leaders that are in this company, this education and mentorship company that I'm in. I've just learned so much. And instead of losing it, I've learned some things that I want to share with you. So, and I'm sorry if you hear my chair cracking. I'm really sorry about that, but it is getting old. It's dying, but not yet. And I am going a little bit earlier today because my youngest son is graduating this weekend, and my older son is driving in from out of town from where he usually is working everywhere. So anyway, so it's I don't know when he's going to pop up and ring the doorbell or something, so I'm trying to avoid interruptions. So hence my going a little bit early. Now, first thing I'd like to do is introduce myself to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, as well as video marketing, which I really, really, truly love. Video marketing is really out there, and it's leading the pack, way ahead of the pack. So that's one of the things that I use. And I make sure that I'm using updated, modern, and trending strategies. If you, and I'd like to say this up front as well, if you have any questions or, you're interested in what it is that I'm sharing, follow me. You can follow me on my page, my business page, and it's my name, Cherie Woodard. So you wouldn't have a problem looking it up. But anyway, so that's all I had to say about that. And so let's get started. Now, there are things that happen to us that we don't plan, that we don't plan on, that we start out our day, we think we've done all of our morning stuff to get us set for, a really good day. And the things that we need to give us the oomph that we need to get going and just push through and, make our day as best as we can in our businesses as well as in your family life. So things always happen though, right? There's always stuff that happens. Doesn't happen every day, but there's something that will happen somewhere along the way that might, just kind of crash your day. I used to call it hijacked. I don't know if that's a good word to use now or not, so I changed it to crash. But still, it's the same thing. It's when you have something happen it's beyond your control, and you're just like, so this thing that's happened, this emergency or whatever, has to be taken care of. but what do you do about what you're already involved in your business? Of course, family, emergencies with family, anything that's, that's really important to you that happens, you want to go and take care of it, and do what it is that you're supposed to do. Whether you're the mother, the father, whether it's, somebody that you're close to, whatever it is. So when this happens and you've got all these other things going on, that's where my daily method of operations, comes in and helps me. So, and we talked about this a little yesterday. And what I do is I have priorities and, my non negotiable things that need to be done. And even if it's like in an emergency, then I can push things out and maybe, just when I do come on, if I'm doing a live or whatever, I'm doing, sorry, I'm behind, but such and such happened. So this is what I'd like to share with you today, or that kind of thing. Or some things that because I give them one as that's non-negotiables. Those are things that need to be done that day. And then number two is the things that, can be done, need to be done that day, but can be moved to later that day. Or, when emergencies happen, it depends on what it is, you may have to push it off till the next day. Number three, the third one is the one that I might be able to move to, not only another day, I may be able to move it to another week, or especially like if it's an interview or something, I can call that person and say, such and such happened. I'm not going to be able to meet today. So can I, just get back with you, and, that kind of thing. So I've got that. And that really helped me in a situation where it was Christmas Day a couple of years ago. And my older son was, we were having a good Christmas Day at our families. And then we came home and he just, went in the bathroom and got really sick. And then, we realized what was going on. So we headed for the ER, and then we ended up in the hospital. And I was pretty much there for almost 2 days. I left for, just enough to go home, get something and clean up a little bit, and then come back to the hospital because he ended up having to have surgery. So it was a day where I had, my phone with me, and that was all I needed. So I was able to do my live from the hospital. I just, switched what I was going to talk about and talked about, sometimes things happen that are beyond your control, and what you can do to, to keep your day going as much as possible, but still being able to be there for those that you love and care about. So when that happened, that just, helped me to be able to, first of all, let me just go to my notes. First thing I needed to do was calm myself, because when your kid's sick, or you're somebody that you love is sick, or something's happening, and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you gotta, before you lose it, pull yourself back together and calm yourself, and just know that you're going to be able to make it through this. And that's what I do. I talk to myself and I tell myself, this is going to be okay. Everything always works out for the best. And so on and so on, the things that I do. So, I went about calming myself and trying to, because I was the one, I'm the adult, and I have my, my kids here. And I needed to get to the hospital. So then we, go on and just leave that night. And like I said, the next day was, the crazy day, because that was my business day, things that I needed to do. But I was able to do what was most important, and the other things I was able to push off. And then I also let, the people that were, my leaders and mentors that were directly related to me, with me as it's not coming out right. But anyway, the people that I wanted to let know what was going on, I did that, and then I left that there. And so, I won't be here, or I won't be able to do that, and so on and so on. But, and then just giving updates on how my son was doing. There was a lot of empathy, a lot of sympathy, a lot of, prayers and so on, so that really helped. And the calming myself and having my daily method of operations, that's what really, really helped as well. And then the other thing is, which I've already kind of talked about, when I talked about the 1, 2, 3, the non-negotiables, the things that you might be able to put later in the day, or if you have to move it to the next day. And the third thing, of, something that you can maybe cancel and or move to later in the week. It's important that after you have time to be able to go back, look at the day, look at how things happened, and did your plan of non-negotiables and your priorities, did they work? Did it help you through the day? Did it make it, or do you need to maybe put something else in place? Do you have a priority list, things that actually really need to be done? And would that really help you in some of the situations that maybe you've been in? Like now, I'm wanting to make sure that I'm here to show up for you. But, I know that boys will be boys and they're in their 20s. So they're going to be loud. And I'm just like, and I could see him coming, on my phone on an app. And I was like, oh, he's going to be here soon. I need to go before, because they haven't seen each other in a little bit, and they're going to, and me too. I'll be really happy. But so basically, evaluate what worked, what didn't work. And this is not about beating yourself up. So the way I learned it was 3 things that worked, 2 things that didn't work well, and what might you do differently. So that's how I evaluate. That's how I learned to evaluate in this company that I'm in. And it does keep me from slapping myself around, beating myself up, and sending myself through changes over something that, there are things that you don't have control over. You only have control over you, right? And I mean, and when you know that and you realize that, then you stop with the, mistreatment of yourself. You realize you've done the best that you can do, and tomorrow's another day, and you can start over fresh. That's how I see it. So I hope that these little tips of calming yourself, having a DMO that has priorities, and that, after the fact, that you can evaluate, how things went and what you might need to do differently to help you to better handle a day that's, out of control, a day that and I used to have a lot of those, especially when I was a nurse. So, I have a lot of days, that in my business, that because I still have kids, and so there's stuff, there are rules, but doesn't mean that they always keep them, right? So basically that is it. I hope this was helpful for you. And remember, I'm always here if you have a question, if you want to follow me, you can do that. I'm on Facebook, and my name is Cherie Woodard. If you want to check out my business page or my personal profile, I'm working on changing some things, but and you'll maybe see those if you're new to me, or you're not, you haven't been around, then the new things will be just, you're just coming to visit. Other people may see some changes that are going to be coming up soon as I continue to grow and learn and continue to be what it is that I want to be. And that is a person who helps those people that were like me out there building another way that wasn't working for me. And now I'm building in a way that I really love. So that's it for today. I'm going to go in and get off here because I'll start talking again. I do love to talk, but I like to talk to explain. And sometimes people are like, okay, I got it, move on. So I'm going to go in and do just that. So take care, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I won't be live again until Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. And I'll be, in the meantime, posting and doing my stories, and hope you find some of them interesting. So take care wherever you are in the world. Have a great one. Bye now.